This is ContactTalkRadio.com. Consciousness in action. And you are taking action into your consciousness by tuning into Contact Talk Radio.
And on TuneIn.com, Hing.fm, and UpSnap Mobile.
Contact Talk Radio.
You're listening to Dear Venus with your host, Venus Andrecht.
Hey, here I am. Finally made it. Had some trouble getting in. Must be Valentine's Day. Oh, topic today, February 14th, 2012. Dying for love. By the way, a lot of people don't find Valentine's Day such a great day. If you're one of them, don't worry about it. It's a small thing. But we're going to talk about dying for love, like people who die for love, get killed for love, suffer for love, have no peace of mind for love, etc. I thought that might be kind of fun. But first of all, you know, you can call my show. I'll talk to you on air about your problems, look into your issues, look into your mind, other people's dead or alive, send mojos, do whatever I want to do. And the number to call is 1-877-230-3062, 1-877-230-3062, and that's all countries. First of all, let me read you a little something. I do phone readings, private phone readings, and this is a man who had an appointment with me, and as I'm remembering, he had asthma, other health issues. He says, Venus, wanted to let you know how things turned out. The castor oil pack you suggested got the congestion moving out of my chest. You are a genius. Hey, I like to be a genius. He goes on to say, I've been taking liquid chlorophyll and eating more greens like you said. Just received this other stuff in the mail today. It wasn't available locally. You must have Googled it, whatever. I've also been drinking the Brigham tea mentioned in your book, The Herb Lady's Notebook. It seems to open me up some, too. Had a call with your brother-in-law, Dr. Ron, today. By the way, he'll have an ad later on in the show if you're interested in how to reach him. Had a call with Dr. Ron today. He agreed with you without me telling him what you said, that I was dehydrated, like you said. He also said I was full of toxins, that my liver was having trouble eliminating. Goes on about that. Forgot to mention that I listen to your podcasted shows as I drive back and forth to work every day. You're so much better than broadcast radio down here in Texas. Well, I'm glad to hear that. Thank you ever so much. I'll be contacting you again in a couple of months for another reading. Thank you for that. That was sweet of him. Here's another one before we get into our topic. This lady I worked with on and off for a number of years now, and she had trouble with her apartment. When I looked in there, I felt mold, and she wanted to get out of the contract. So for other reasons, too, I worked on the manager, and she said, hey, Venus, just spoke to that woman, the manager, and encountered no resistance. Just need to get my deposit back from her company. Anyway, thank you. You rock. You betcha. You betcha. So one thing I do is I work to help people do the right thing. Put things in people's minds that are good. All right, let's see. Topic. People who give themselves away for love. Let's start with that. I was watching a TV program the other night. You know, the kind of late at night when you can't sleep, and it's really the wrong thing to watch when you're trying to go to sleep, but I landed on it. This was a story about women who die for love, or they get involved with these guys who aren't what they say, etc. So there was this lady, and it was her story, and she must have been, I'd say in her 60s, maybe her late 60s, and she'd married this fellow a number of years back, maybe 16, and they'd 16 years ago, and they'd melded their families, their grandkids, and, you know, everybody got along, everything was great. Then he started to change, and he just would fly into temper fits, and she couldn't do anything right, so she started walking on eggshells. Some of you know how that is. And everything he wanted her to do or not do, she did it. And over time, what she did was she just always gave in, and she lost herself. She didn't even know who she was anymore. She was always trying to keep him happy. Well, that didn't even work. And it turned out he hired someone to kill her. Yes, he hired a man to kill her. And then it showed, actors were portraying this part, of course, but there was this great big man that was waiting for her in the house when she got home at night, and he cornered her in the hall, and he had I think it was a hammer or a hatchet. I can't remember which, but I, of course, here I am trying to go to sleep, right? And I'm sitting up in bed watching this. And they had this big fight in the hall. And I knew she couldn't be dead because she was narrating the story, but he was after her. Obviously, he was going to kill her. She was much smaller. She got that man down on the floor, and she put her arm and elbow across his neck, and she killed him. That's what was most exciting and enticing to me. This little woman killed this man. Then she felt really bad later about having killed him. I don't think I would have felt bad. Do you? Anyway, extreme example of women who give themselves away for love and almost die for love. Speaking of which, I was married for a number of years. This is not Summer's father. To a man who had many, many issues, let's say. He's still alive, so I don't want to say too much. As soon as he's dead, is all going to come out. Anyway, I was married to him, and I had to walk on eggshells, and all kinds of awful and terrible things happened. You wouldn't even believe it. But eventually I forgot who I was, too, because I was always trying to keep him happy, stay out of his way, because I wanted to keep on living, just because. I'll leave it like that. I finally got the courage and left. And after I'd been away a while, I started to come back to myself, and I started to remember who he was, or who I was. I suddenly one day remembered I like pansies. Can you believe it? I like yellow flowers. I totally forgotten because he didn't like them. It's just a small thing, but it was like I was waking up, coming out of the deep freeze. I hadn't been myself for all those years. Little by little, I lost myself. Now, when we're talking about women here, and by the way, I want to make it clear that men suffer too for love. There's lots of men who suffer for love. I work with them. It's just that women have the stigma. It's considered that more women do these dumb things for love than men. So with women, with girls, think about how you were up until puberty. You were your real self. You were you. Look at little girls up until about 9 or 10, whatever. And they're themselves totally and all the way. And then hormones start to kick in, society starts to kick in, all that stuff. And they forget who they are, and they become someone who's always trying to please a man or a guy, a boy. And they don't generally come out of that until menopause, after menopause, when the hormones die down. I'm thinking of my granddaughter right now. She just turned 9. She's still the type. She'll get guys and she'll put them in headlocks and put them on the ground and sit on them, and she's tough. I just wonder how it's going to be when she starts losing herself. So, but like I said, after the hormones die down, we start coming back to ourselves, and then we look around and we go like, well, where was I? What was I doing? What was I thinking? Why did I act like that? Not all of us. There's always women who don't. They just don't change or mature. This woman I knew named Miriam. She had been married to a doctor and had 5 kids, and they got divorced. And then her life after that, I knew her quite well, was just trying to find a man. And she was in her 60s, like her late 60s. And she had long sausage curls, and she dyed them red, and makeup and the full thing. And she'd always done very well with money, and she had a house, she had money. And I remember one of the last times I saw her, she looked at me and said, Venus, I'm going to get married this year. I mean, she was determined. There was nobody to marry, but she was going to get married. Well, what really happened was she got involved with all kinds of sleazy men. They would steal money from her. I think one of them burned part of her house down, robbed her. They found her dead in her patio chair one afternoon. Not sure what happened. It might have been the alcohol. But she just never snapped out of it. All right, I learned how to give up suffering, and I'm just going to tell you about this. I gave up suffering. I gave up dying for love. I used to be really good at it. Oh, my goodness. This is why I can talk about it, because I've been there with so many guys, so many. And I suffered. Oh, I could suffer. Oh, I'm good at suffering. I do it. I'm like an actress. I get into it, or I did. Then when I was 53, I said, that's it. I'm done. I'm done. I'm done. I'm absolutely done. You know, I wrote a book about that and how to do it, certain men. And I just gave it up because I'd had enough. You have to get to that point where you've had enough. You have to really mean it. So what happened after that was they still kept coming in because I guess I still had a signal light flashing. But as they came in, I had learned to watch them. And as soon as I saw who they were, what they were, and I was suffering, they were out of my life. I learned, you know, as soon as I was suffering, it didn't matter what I was suffering about. If I couldn't figure it out, that didn't matter. And I'm telling you, it doesn't matter why you're suffering. You don't have to sit for years and try to figure out what's wrong with your relationship or the guy you're with or the girl you're with. You don't have to know. All you need to know is that you're suffering. That's enough. If you can't get it fixed right away, get rid of it. So eventually, all these kinds of men all petered away, so to speak. I was talking to a woman yesterday. She's like 40, and she's not happy with her guy. And she said, half of my friends are in unhappy marriages. And I just told her how I'd given up suffering for men, these kinds of things. And she said, oh, I'm not ready to do that. I said, of course, when I was your age, I was in the thick and the thrall of it. You just need more of it, I told her. You know, there's some good marriages. My grandparents, my grandmother, my mother's mother and father, they were a perfect match. They loved each other until their late 80s, even when Grandma was senile. I'm wearing my grandmother's engagement ring. It's an absolutely gorgeous ring. It makes me feel like I have a little bit of that marriage on my finger here. It makes my life feel better. And I have a brother, Arthur, and Mary Ellen. They're happy. They're a happy couple. And, you know, there are people who do well together, and they're both reasonable people, and so things work. But so many of us don't choose wisely, let's say. So for Valentine's Day, if you're not with somebody, don't worry about it. You know, what'll happen happens. Just be smart about it. And for those of you who are with somebody, probably fully half of you, or I'd say 3/4, aren't happy about it. So happy Valentine's Day, everybody. I want to read you something interesting here I got from a lady named Zom. I get lots of good email. This lady says, thank you for the last show, the 9th of February, where you talk about how to live as a sensitive person. Sometimes I think it is more than just being sensitive, that maybe we are partly from different stock or something. Anyway, when you spoke of being lonely, that was very helpful. I have dear friends and a beautiful husband, but there is an underlying loneliness, I think, from experiencing the world differently than most people. My values differ, what I think about, and the way I see things. I have often felt it is some lack in me that causes this loneliness, but I felt the truth in your words, and it was a comfort. It was also interesting what you said about having to use your abilities as a medium and a psychic. I am not a medium, but I can still feel what you meant. I have a similar experience with making art. I think I go to another realm when I'm creating, and for some reason I need this very much. If I couldn't do this, I would go a bit crazy or get sick or something. Isn't it an interesting life? It seems like the huge key is accepting ourselves how we are. Much love to you, Zom. Yeah, I have to do art too. I've got my art site, artmojos.com. That's another outlet for me. Putting all the mojo energy into the art really helps. But I just loved her blog page. She has a really funny, video on there. So I thought I'd just give her a little credit here. You can go check it out. It's pinch me to see if you are dreaming.blogspot.com. Pinch me to see if you are dreaming.blogspot.com. So if you want to laugh, I enjoyed it because, yeah, I've been on video and tried to make videos, and I got a good laugh out of hers. Oh, gosh. Well, you know what time it is. It's time for a break, a short break. When I come back, I'm going to take some calls. I'm going to read the chat room. We have a wonderful chat room here. So stick with it. I'll be right back. Venus Andrecht with the Dear Venus Show.
Do you know that all of the Dear Venus shows are archived? You can listen to them anytime. To find the Dear Venus show with Venus Andrecht on iTunes podcasts, the archive shows, or to have the current show emailed to you each week, go to Venus's website at godisalwayshappy.com. Click on the radio section on the homepage. That's all there is to it. You can have Venus with you anytime, all the time. You may start to feel like she's moved in with you. You can find her archive shows at godisalwayshappy.com in the radio section on the homepage.
Would you like to have Venus's great mojo energy in your home all the time, influencing and helping you in many ways? Well, you can have that energy. Venus puts good mojo into every painting she creates, and when you purchase one of her paintings, at your request, she'll put in an extra special mojo just for you. She'll write your mojo onto the back of the picture and sign the painting to you from her. To see Venus's work, prices, and how to request your personal mojo, please go to artmojos.com. That's ARTMOJOS.com. You'll feel better just looking at the mojo-filled artwork on her site. Try it and see. artmojos.com.
You know what Venus's mojos are. They are the benevolent energies her mother taught her to pull from the universe. The good energy mojos of all different kinds that help people in all different ways. Venus gathers these energies up from the universe and tosses various ones to all of you each week on this radio show. On her website, Venus has 8 more pretty impressive mojos that have garnered many happy testimonials. Mojos that she has taped with extra added energy and had them each set to special music and turned into MP3s. You can purchase these MP3s off Venus's website for a nominal fee and listen to them over and over again. Venus currently has a special running on all 8 mojos for $20 off. You can find these mojos on Venus's website, godisalwayshappy.com. And there are more unique mojos coming as MP3s, so be sure and check back off into Venus's site, godisalwayshappy.com.
Did you know that Venus does private phone sessions where she digs into the problems or concerns you have with people in your life? These issues can be with men, women, or children, and they can be dead or alive. Venus works to give you a better understanding of what people are thinking about you and your problems. By doing this, she gives you knowledge and peace of mind. Venus also works to help change situations and bring good things into your life after each phone session. After the clock is turned off, Venus does something extra special for you. She asks the high beings to bring through a personal mojo, just for you. Something they feel you may need in your life to make things better. For Venus's rates, how she works, and to set up a session, please go to godisalwayshappy.com. That's godisalwayshappy.com. If you really want and need to know about someone or something, email Venus now.
Everybody, welcome back. Venus Andrecht with the Dear Venus Show. Next show, every Tuesday there's a live show here. Next Tuesday, it's February 21st, 2012. Obsessing for Happiness. Obsessing for Happiness. I'll let you wonder about that one. And my next blog is coming out tomorrow, Wednesday. It comes out every Wednesday if you're subscribed to it. Otherwise, it goes up probably later tonight whenever I get it up. February 15th, 2012, The Best Job to Have. That's the title, The Best Job to Have. And you can sign up for my blog. Just go to my blog site and look at the top on the right. Fill in your email address where it says feed in orange. These are all true stories. And I try to bring some laughter into your life and help you at the same time. And I really appreciate it when you email these to friends because I like to get around because these are a lot of work. I spend a lot of time every week making these. All right, let's see. I think we need to get into what we're doing here. There's something I didn't mention back about dying for love. There's a woman who stopped suffering that I've been working with. And just in brief, she got with a man with a bunch of grown kids that have been making his life miserable and hers. It's just impossible for her to stay, even though she loves the man. She's miserably upset all the time, and so is he. And she decided she just had to leave. But in order to leave, she wanted him to take it well because he wasn't. She'd mentioned it before, so I went into his head and had a chat about about this with him. And he owed her a lot of money, and she needed that back too. And so I told him, he had to write her a check for this a lot of money, and just chatted with him. And she sent me, this is the bottom part of the email. So thank you, Venus. So-and-so, this man, heard you loud and clear and seems to be able to act reasonably about this. I'm really asking my guides to help keep your kind words in his head. He told her he understood why she had to leave, and he was okay with it, and he was going to write her a check. So, hooray, hooray, hooray for her, and hooray for me, right? Because she got up the nerve and the courage to do this. And that's the only way it could possibly work out. It may or may not, but it certainly wouldn't have worked out if she'd stayed with it. All right, so I'm looking at the board here. Oh, I've got the radio chat room. Sometimes when I can, I look over there. There's a lady who's got a cat named Rocket, a big orange cat. They adopted him a year ago, and for the last month he's been peeing outside his box. I don't know. Have you noticed how many cats I've had to look into lately are peeing outside their box? Maybe they're disgusted with the way we're running the world. What do you think? And they're just voicing their displeasure. I'm assuming he's just doing it right outside his box. So to me, that means that he's not happy about something in his box. Rocket, let me look into your head real quick before we get to the phones over here. Rocket, Rocket, the big orange cat who pees outside his box. Box. Rocket, why are you peeing outside your box? What's the problem? He's become very particular, and he thinks he should be treated better. I think he doesn't like his cat litter. You might try changing it. I finally found one that I like. Maybe he would like it. It's those little white balls with some little blue balls in it, and the urine goes right through it, and you can pick the poop off the top, and it doesn't seem to smell as bad, and it stays cleaner. You just sort of scrape through it once in a while and check it. He's just not liking the litter. He's taking a dislike. Is there any other problem, Rocket? This is how he gets your attention and voices his opinion and his approval. So try that. Let's go to the board now. Russ in Cleveland. Hello, Russ in Cleveland.
Hello, Venus.
Hi, how are you, Russ?
Oh, excellent. How about you?
Good. So what are we going to look for today?
My Aunt Anita, we just found out, she's 68, just found out she's very secretive. My uncle, my dad's brother, but we just found out that she's got double lung cancer and liver cancer.
Oh.
And we just I was kind of surprised when they told us, too, because this is normally the kind of thing they like to keep from us. But I'm just wondering what she's thinking.
Okay, her name is Rita?
Anita.
Anita. And she's 68. And where is she?
She's in a suburb of Akron, Ohio.
Okay, so you want to know what she's thinking about the situation she's in, is that right?
Right, yeah.
Did they just find out about it?
Yeah, I guess because she started, what I know, I don't know a whole lot yet, but what I found out is that she started having problems like Christmas night, breathing. As they were leaving my mom's house, she was having trouble breathing, and then she had a couple more episodes of that, and they've been going, I guess, to the doctor here the last few weeks, and just found out, I guess, within the last week or two that it's a couple types of cancer, so.
Okay. Let me go find Anita, who's 68. All right, Anita. Aunt Anita, Russ's Aunt Anita. Hello, Anita. I'm a friend of Russ, and he wants to know how you're doing, how you're feeling, what you're thinking. He's concerned about you. May I come in and talk to you, please? Anita, Aunt Anita, I'm just here to help you. I just do this kind of thing. I can feel it in her body. It feels like things are pushing upward, like she's full.
Yeah.
Yeah, she feels full from probably right under her rib cage on up, from the liver on up, and is pushing up into her throat, that feeling. Okay, I'm sorry. How do you feel? What do you think about this? Well, she says there's not so many things that are that important anymore. She's worried about not being able to breathe, because I can feel it moving up into her throat. Either that's happening now or it will be. I mean, I'm just feeling that. So, but did you have a more specific question, like why did they tell you? Was that your real question?
That's part of it too, because her and my uncle, no kids, no dependents, but they're the type who love to keep things secret. Whether it's there's about 5 or 6 years ago, my uncle was in having an angioplasty, and my aunt had no idea until like a couple months after the procedure was over that he actually went in. And so so that's actually sort of concerns us too. Why they would keep things from us, and when as a family we'd be there to help them, and we show concern for them, and
okay. Okay, let me go back to her. Okay, Rita, they just have a lot of questions. You guys have always been very secretive. They want to know what you want. What do you want your family to do? How do you want them to help you? What do you want to do? Rita seems pretty concerned about herself. She's pretty much into what she's dealing with. I mean, I guess I would be too. It's kind of a big deal. And the husband's name is what, Russ?
Bill.
Bill? Let's see what Bill's thinking. Bill. How old is Bill?
66.
Okay, Bill, what are you thinking? What do you want the family to do? He feels like he doesn't know how he's going to handle this. He doesn't know what he's going to do with her. He's trying, but he's scared. He's like he doesn't know what comes next. If I were you, I think I'd put a hand out and ask if there's something you can do, you'd like to help, or maybe think of something you can do and say you'd like to do this and that. Because, when you ask people, let us know if we can help, they always say, okay, and they never do.
Yeah.
What's it going to hurt? Do it now. They've had their own reasons for whatever, so what? It's like when you come to the end of life, when you come to the wall before you go to the other side, things change. So why don't you do that, Russ, okay?
Yeah, I know my mom and I, my sisters, and because this was my dad's brother and his wife, and then my dad's sister too, was concerned, I'm sure.
Yeah. Well, why don't you all just step forward and help them, and all they can do is have a flaming fit, whatever. But I don't think they're in a position to do that.
Yeah.
Just put a net around them and help them. A protective net of yourselves, your emotions to help them. Step forward, okay, darling?
Sounds good. Thank you, Vina.
Thank you, Russ. Bye. Oh, well, let's hope that works out well for them. I mean, it's a problem. All right, Lynn in Colorado. Hello. Hi, Lynn. Can you speak up, please?
Yes. Can you hear me?
Yes. Maybe it's at the studio. Maybe we need to turn it up. But go ahead. What can I do for you, Lynn?
Well, I was going to ask what's blocking me from love, and after listening to all your stories, I'm thinking I match you a lot.
You what?
I'm matching a lot what you're saying.
So maybe you've got some ideas about what's wrong, huh?
Well, I'm a healer and I'm intuitive, and for some reason I'm trying to figure out why I keep attracting the Goonies or the people that need help. Or I can see what's going to happen and I bail out before,
Yeah. What's wrong with that?
There's
nothing wrong with that.
It's like I don't want to get trapped in not living in my truth,
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Well, the thing is, when you, and anybody can do this, I think, when a man or woman comes into your life and they make an offer like, let's have a thing, or it looks like it's going that way, what I like to do, and I think we can all do this with practice, is just pretend that you look ahead down the line, and with all you know at the moment, see where it's likely to end up. And so often when you do that, you would go, oh, I don't think I want to bother. I've done that a lot. Once I got smarter, I go, hey, I'm not going there. I mean, a couple of times I would do it just to see, but I stayed apart from it so I didn't get caught up in it. Like there was a man I was seeing a year or two ago, I guess, and he kept asking me out and taking me to nice places and doing this and that, but it wasn't going anywhere. And I kept thinking, why does he keep calling me? Why does he keep emailing me? Why does he keep asking me out? And it became a game with me. I wanted to see what jig was happening here, what jig was, what was going on. And eventually he called me one day and said, well, he thought we should date other people. I said, okay. And as it turned out, he had got back with his ex-girlfriend. So this is what had been holding him back. But I wasn't, my ego was just a teensy bit bruised, but otherwise it was like I wasn't emotionally involved with it. So sometimes you'll want to do that, but there's always the chance that you might slip up and get trapped.
Yeah.
But there's a lot of people, Lynn, that want, even though they know it's dangerous, and maybe that's one of the things that draws them into it, they want to see where it goes or what happens, or they feel this all woo, bubbly stuff inside. Woo, some excitement, a thrill. Woo, better than taking drugs and alcohol. Woo. And then you get caught. So what is it you'd like me to look into you and do for you? Do you know?
Well, that sounds like true for me. The last relationship was pretty much like that. I knew he had some sort of commitment issue, but there was a lot of chemistry, and we were great dance partners. So I kept kind of letting it slide, and it was kind of on again, off again for 18 months. And he kind of like, I had broke up with him, and he dragged me back into it. And I kept thinking that maybe, I don't know what I was thinking, that maybe he'd wake up. I don't know.
Well, these on again, off again things usually mean it's going to be off again.
Well, that's me, but it was me breaking it off because I felt like he wasn't in it 100%. You know what I mean?
And he may not have been. He was probably in and out of it emotionally.
Right.
And you were picking up on that.
Right.
And also the way a relationship starts, a job, a relationship of any kind, most of the time the way they start is the way they always go. So that can help you a lot, help you to look to the end of the road to see what's going to happen, what the outcome is. So let me look into you, Lynn. How old are you? What color hair?
How old am I for real? Or
Well, nobody knows you. You can tell us for real.
I don't look my age, but I am 50.
Okay. And you look 12 and you're wearing bobby socks. Okay, maybe that's your problem.
No.
Sorry. What color's your hair?
I'm blonde, long blonde hair.
Okay. And what kind of work do you do?
I'm a healer and a massage therapist.
Okay, Lynn, let me look into you. Lynn. Do you sing?
I want to.
Well, because I was just doing that, and I'm not a singer, and I'm going, wait, why am I doing this? Well, you want to, why are you not?
I feel like I've been shut down. Or I don't know.
Well, you know what?
To be doing, but I've been kind of seeing a singer, too.
Okay. Well, there's something to do with singing here, because that's what came through. Surprised me.
I know.
I'm going, why am I doing this?
I don't know. I love singing. I sing all the time. I've always sang.
All right. Let me ask the beings about why this happened with Lynn. Oh, there it goes again. That's weird. Yeah, I don't sing for people because it's too embarrassing. So here I'm doing it without my consent, You need to sing more. You need to get out and sing places. I feel like you're going to meet people in these places where you sing or where singing happens. Something about meeting people, getting something different with your career or branching out. And you're seeing a man who's musical now. Is that what you said?
Yeah, he's a lead singer.
He's a what? A what?
A lead singer in a band.
So, but do you want me to look at him, or is this just a?
Well, if you want, it's not a real relationship.
What's his first name?
I was intrigued because he was a singer, and I'm drawn to the singing. You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
Well, my sense is about that you should hang out with him a bit because it'll help you get out into that world.
Yeah, that's what I was getting. His name is.
Yeah, and it'll just make you bigger, fuller, happier. And all the men issues won't matter so much, and you'll have more men to choose from for some reason.
Okay. I've been trying to get out the stupid weather. Okay, well, his name is Jared.
Yeah, well, I just looked into him. That's what I saw. I didn't seem to need a name. So keep seeing him and get out there. Let him lead you out there in that different, rarefied kind of world, and things will go much better for you. Okay. It's just something you need to do, obviously, if I'm singing here. And then,
I guess I'm on about that. Then. All right.
You what, hon? What?
He's a bit younger than me, so I've been a little bit, I don't know.
My God, how old is he?
28.
Come on, tell me, how old is he?
28.
Well, go for it. I like it. What's wrong with age? Look at all these old guys with young women. Come on, let's even it up here, girls.
Yeah, I know I'm okay with it, but there's a part of me that every once in a while checks in and says, okay, reality check.
Well, just have fun. Just go out and swing. Swing and have fun and sing, swing, have fun, have fun. All right, looks like I got to go for the break. But, hang on. I think what I'll do toward the end of the show is send out a Love Mojo. I think is a day for it, don't you?
Oh, definitely.
Okay. All right, Lynn, thanks for the call, honey.
All right.
All right, I'm going to take a quick break. You're welcome. This is Venus Andrecht with the Dear Venus Show. I'll be right back.
I'm Venus's daughter, Summer McStravick, and I hope you can join me for my online radio show, Flow Dreaming. Visit my website, flowdreaming.com, for all the dates and times it plays. That's Flow Dreaming. I hope to see you there.
Where snow meets body.
You know you don't feel well, and your doctor can't tell you why. Quit worrying and get the answers you need. Dr. Ron Myers is a medical intuitive with a special gift. He sees into and hears what your body is saying it needs to feel healthy and strong again. Go to insightdoctor@yahoo.com. That's insightdoctor@yahoo.com. After just one consultation with Dr. Myers, Venus often gets emails from her listeners about the many health improvements and peace of mind they experience. For information about consultations with Dr. Myers, go to insightdoctor@yahoo.com. That's insightdoctor@yahoo.com.
Become a power manifester with Summer McStravick's complete Flow Dreaming Library CD set. Finally, here is a real practical technique that you can do in 15 minutes a day to activate the law of attraction in your life. No meditation, no long learning curve. Summer shows you how to easily start rewriting your energy patterns now. Go to flowdreaming.com to listen to actual excerpts of the CDs as you become a power manifester. Visit flowdreaming.com.
You can reach Venus for your own private reading by visiting godisalwayshappy.com and using the contact form to reach Venus. You can also enter to win a free psychic reading with Venus by signing up for her blog or newsletter at godisalwayshappy.com. Venus draws winners' names each week. Plus, you can follow her very interesting life. That's godisalwayshappy.com.
Hi, welcome back. Venus Andrecht with the Dear Venus Show. I was talking about Rocket, the big orange-red male cat who's peeing outside his box. You also might check his food. Male cats, as they get older, they need to eat a different food if they have trouble with their pee-pee equipment. You might have him checked out, too, just to make sure he's not in distress. All right. Oh, here's something I'm gonna be doing the next 3 or 4 weeks. I think it's 4 weeks. A postcard will be going out to my mailing list. I have 2 mailing lists. This is the problem, and it's going to say, the cards are going to say, go to my website and sign up for my mailing list, and you get a free mojo. Everything is always okay. What we're trying to do, Summer and I, is try and get everybody off my old mailing list and onto my new one so we can get rid of that other company or server or whatever they're called. So with each card that goes out, and each person, rather, that signs up for my mailing list, if you've already signed up and gotten the free mojo, you're on the list, the new list. Don't worry about it. You're in the pot. I will choose a winner each week from all the sign-ups that are there and that come in, and you'll get a free 15-minute reading with me. You can get quite a lot done in 15 minutes. So if you're not signed up for the newest mailing list, please sign up and watch for the cards that come out. So there'll be like 4 different chances to win if you're in the pot. And again, if you already have gone on my site where the blue headphones are and gotten the free Mojo, then you're on the right mailing list. All right, so a winner today. Gosh, I give away a lot of stuff. And I'll tell you, people have been finding them lately. I've been doing a lot of free readings. This is every Tuesday when I have a show. If you're on my mailing list, I choose a name, and you get a free 10-minute phone session with me. And I just had one last week. In fact, she wrote me a note, says, "Hi, Venus, I am Kathy Noel. In your last newsletter below, you said I won the free reading newsletter." I don't know what that means. What is the next step? Woo-woo! She goes on. And anyway, she had a wonderful time. So did I. The winner today is for a free 10-minute session with me over the phone, private session, Leela Perkins, L-E-L-A Perkins, P-E-R-K-I-N-S. And Leela, this offer is void after February 20th, 2012. Okay, let's get back to the board here. Oh, there's a line free. Hello. 877-230-3062. Line free. Let's go with Rita in Massachusetts. Rita.
Yes.
Hi, Rita.
Hi, Venus. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can. Loud and clear. Really good. What can I do for you?
Well, I have this lovable dog. She is about 4.5, and she is my money pit.
Oh, I got a bunch of those.
She has, from day one, she has developed these severe allergies. She's on allergy shots. Recently, I had to have her at the vet having broken teeth removed, and they told me her bottom teeth all have these hairline cracks in them.
Wow.
And
what kind of dog is she?
She's a yellow lab.
Okay, so she's bred. She's not a mix or anything. And what's her name?
Her name is Dixie.
Dixie, because I was getting, it's like she just wasn't fed well enough, or she's had too much breeding or something. Often when we have allergies, it means that we have a congested liver. And with the tooth thing, it's a weakness in the teeth. She must not be absorbing her nutrition, calcium, things like that. So Dixie, let me just go in you. I was just looking at her and those things were coming to me. So Dixie, what's going on, baby doll? What's going on in here? How old is she now?
She's 4.5.
4.5. So that's, labs don't live that long. They live 10 or 11 years, right? Don't they? I think so. But still, this is too soon. So what can we do for Dixie? Is Dixie overweight?
No.
She may have a tendency that way. Just keep running her. Do you give her raw food?
I do not.
Well, you might look into that with a good, I was going to say prenatal vitamin, but what I really meant to say was a good multiple vitamin, good nutrition, really good stuff that you'd take as a person, along with some raw food. You can even buy raw food for dogs now. Just make sure whatever she eats, dry food, raw food, dog food, is top of the line, because she needs it. Okay? She needs it.
We did switch her to, they call it a limited ingredient diet, where it's just, like duck and potato is all that's in the food.
Yeah.
But it is dry. It is processed.
Yeah.
But
try that. You can give her that, but try try other things. There's a product out in the market called Spot. I think it's Spot. It's a dry dog food, and I overheard him say in the pet store that the people who made it for people. Was approved by the FDA, and so she might do well on that. So try different things. You're just going to have to work with the dog, because Dixie's very sensitive, and you've got issues, and you're just going to have to find out, So I think she can live a good long life, but you just have to put extra work into it.
Okay.
All right, darling.
I will try Spot. And then when I retire, I'll be able to eat it with her.
Yes, and another good brand is Royal Canin, Canin, Royal Canin. I have my Maine Coon on that because he had so many digestive issues. It's the only thing that worked. The stuff from the vet made the cat even worse. You just have to really hunt around.
Okay.
All right. Thanks, Rita.
I'll try a different food. Thanks very much, Venus.
All right.
Happy
Bye-bye.
Valentine's Day.
Oh, thank you very much. Same to you. Yeah, we're getting ready to do a love mojo here, but I want to call on Eric first in Arizona. Is this Eric the Wizard?
Yes.
You
Yes,
got
Venus.
through. Hey,
Yes,
how are
did.
you?
I'm fine. Thank you for taking my call.
Yeah, so what can we do for you today?
Well, I've been trying to think of how to phrase my question. I've got a lot of things going on with people, like falling out with friends, and things aren't going so well with my family, and I got in a huge fight with my mother the other day, and things are just not going well. So I thought maybe you could look into me and possibly my mother, because I think of all the people, she's probably the most important to have things fixed with.
Okay, I'm looking into you right now. First of all, you just worry way too much. You worry, and you try and be perfect, and you overthink everything.
Yep, that's
and
true.
here I am. You call me up, and I slap you all over the head. Looking for a kind word, slap, slap, slap. You take things very personally.
Mm-hmm.
You're very sensitive. And I think a lot of your people problems are that you just overthink it, overfeel it, and sometimes that becomes annoying.
Yeah.
To you and to them.
Right.
You know, it's like I've had people tell me they're trying so hard to better themselves, they're trying so hard to grow, or they're trying so hard to make themselves better people or whatever. And I just say, oh, stop it. You know, I used to do all that too. I've read every self-help book out there, at least, well, I quit years ago, so there's new ones now. You know, I haunted the shelves. And finally I realized, like, it was stupid. We are God, all having experiences, so we're all perfect. We're just expressing things differently, each of us. And personally, I think to always be trying to climb up a hill and make ourselves perfect, wonderful, beautiful in all ways, emotionally, mentally, morally, physically, whatever, I think it's just a waste of our time, and it makes us unhappy, sad, and worried, and people don't like having us around.
Mm-hmm. Right. Yeah.
So what I like to see you do is just stop it. You know, just start enjoying your life and just be yourself. If you don't know who you are, just take some time to find out who Eric is. And just express yourself. And you know, as you become your true self, your real self, expressing yourself, the kind of people that should be in your life that are attracted to somebody like you will come in, and the others will fall away.
Right. Okay.
Now, your mom, why did you want me to look at your mom?
Yeah, we had a huge fight, and we're not really talking. Her name is Mary, and she's...
Why are you fighting? What was the fight about?
Oh, just where I am in life. I'm not where a typical 23-year-old would be because of
I don't know. Lots of 23-year-olds have their heads some dark place.
Well,
you know?
That's not of her opinion. So it was about that, and, you know...
Are you still living at home? Are you still living at home?
Yes. Mm-hmm.
That's a problem.
Yes.
It's hard when you grow up and you're living at home. It's hard for both of you. And, you know, there's been a lot of research done. Kids aren't even partly mature until they're at least 26. Your brains aren't okay yet.
Oh, well, maybe I should tell her that.
Well, just tell her your brain's not all right. She'll like to hear that. Let me go into Mary real fast. Mary, 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 Mother Mary, Mother Mary, Mary, Mary. All right, I need more patience with Eric. He's still a kid. He's growing up. He'll find his way. He tries so hard. I shouldn't make it worse. He needs to lighten up. I need to lighten up. Let's just be happy. Let's just be happy while we can. Pick the flowers while we may. May. Okay, the word may came out. Do you have any plans to do anything in May?
No, not to my knowledge.
I don't know. Have you been thinking about getting a job or moving out or something like that?
Well, I've been trying to make a film with friends forever, and it's usually around May or June, you know, because that's the summer when people are off.
Okay. So you'll be out and about. You won't be at the house so much then, right?
Well, hopefully if things go well.
All right. Well, I got the word may. You know, I've been doing this kind of weird thing today. So why don't you just plan ahead for when May here comes, beautiful days in May, that you find a way to get out of your house, maybe work at his house or somewhere else. Just get out and about. Go collect material for your videos, whatever. Just try and get out of the house more.
Okay.
And appear busy.
Right.
Your mother will appreciate that. And just be you, okay?
Okay, thank you, Venus, so much.
You're welcome. All right, darling. Well, I'm going to say goodbye to you now because I have to do this mojo. All right? All right. All right, let me see here. It's Valentine's Day, and some of us have somebody and some of us don't, and some of us want somebody and some of us don't. So let me see. This is going to be a love mojo. First of all, to fall madly in love with yourself and who you are and your life and the things you're doing in it, to fall in love with everybody around you, everybody in the world, to be attractive, to be scintillating, to sparkle, to attract, to bring love of all different kinds and types into your life, but also to give it out. Love is just not one thing. It's not just one thing like, I got a guy or I got a girl. Hey, look at me. No, it goes way beyond that. That's nice, too. If that's what you want, hey, you can have that, too. So, if you want to catch a really big, robust Valentine's Day love mojo, you better stand up, throw your arms out. Woo, woo. Are you ready? Are you ready? Are you ready? Woo, 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 wow, wow, so, woo, woo, wow, so, wow, so, all the sparkling energy is, zoo, woo, and then gold around and around and around your head, around your body, woo, 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 around your animals, your friends, your family, the world, woo, your work, everything, woo, woo, you're in love, you're in love, you're in love, you are love, and everybody loves you, woo, look how gorgeous you are, how handsome, woo, woo, wow! Wow! You've got it all. Woo! Mojo! Mojo! Wow! Hey, come on back next week and you can tell me about your exciting week with love. This is Venus Andrecht with the Dear Venus Show.